friends, welcome back to another video. So glad to have you guys here. This video is going to be a little bit different than my usual. I'm preparing to go to a conference tomorrow. I'm leaving for Maine. There is a conference in Acadia National Park. It's going to be all about early universe astronomy, and there are going to be a bunch of different speakers there giving really good talks. Some that are very traditional like science talks, and then some of them are also on like broader spectrum topics like outreach in astronomy, the state of astronomy as a whole. There's going to be talks on the military industry complex as well, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm giving a talk the first day of the conference, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me as usual, but for now, let's pack. So in this video, I figured we can keep it super chill. I've gained quite a few followers in the last couple of weeks, so hello. I have some like getting to know me questions. I figured this would be a really good way to get to know me better outside of astronomy. But hopefully after watching this video, we'll feel a bit more connected. So question number 1 is, what are your favorite hobbies? I feel like some of these are hobbies and some of these aren't. So one of my biggest hobbies is that I'm a huge football fan. And I don't mean American football, the egg-shaped one. I mean like football as in soccer, as in the world's sport. I am the biggest European football fan you might ever come across. I'm a huge Real Madrid fan. Some people might see that as a red flag, but I see it as a huge green flag. I'm like the biggest fan in the sense that I abandon all of my responsibilities. I lose all of my senses when it comes to football. If Real Madrid is playing, nothing else matters that day, okay? I've missed exams, okay? I've canceled plans. I've canceled meetings with my advisors. I've canceled travel because I'm like, if I can't be there to watch Real Madrid play in a Champions League game, the world is ending, okay? Another hobby of mine is that I really love to travel. I'm a citizen of the world. I love to learn about different cultures and I love to meet new people. So when I travel, usually the first thing that I do, and probably some of my best experiences while traveling, has simply been just like talking to locals. My favorite place that I've traveled to thus far, I don't know, I really love Switzerland. The nature and the scenery is gorgeous, like unforgettable. I haven't seen anything like it. I also made really good friends while I was there in Switzerland. I also loved Portugal because I partied a lot. That's another hobby of mine. I love to go dancing and like clubbing, and I had a ton of fun while I was in Lisbon. Highly recommend if you haven't been. Another hobby of mine is that I am a big like movie fanatic. I'm a big cinephile. I personally really love Chris Nolan films. I think I've already said that in a previous video. I love The Dark Knight. I watch it probably too often for my own good. When I need like a system reset, I watch the entire Dark Knight trilogy, like just all in one go, rotting on my couch. Another one of my favorite movies is Mad Max Fury Road. Guys, if you've never seen these movies, please get on it. Those are definitely like top 2 for sure. And in terms of like TV shows, I don't really watch TV shows, but if I had to list a couple that I really enjoyed, I really like Peaky Blinders. That's phenomenal. I love Ozark as well. The Empress, it's a show on Netflix. And then also The Queen's Gambit. Those are 4 TV shows that I really loved. Next question is, what kind of music are you into? I listen to all types of genres. I think very recently, I've been listening to a lot of Latin American music. A lot of my friends here at UW are Latin American, so I go to a lot of like reggaeton dance nights, and I also just listen to a lot of the music that they listen to now. Quite recently, I've been listening to Karol G's new album on repeat. If you haven't listened to it, Tropico Queta, so good. I'm also Nigerian as well. I've said this a million times, so I love Afro beats. It's not really a new album, but I've been listening to a lot of Rema's latest album, so good. War Machine, Benin Boys, Ozeba, fire. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to Rema's latest album. But I really do listen to a lot of genres of music. Hip hop, pop, rock, everything. Like I don't really have a preference, but that's what I've been listening to lately. The next question is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Now, my immediate instinct is that I want to go to Switzerland because I love the Swiss Alps. And like I said, I have a good friend there that I really miss and I'd love to see her. However, if I were to go somewhere completely different, it would be Thailand for sure. I love Thai food, and also I really just want to experience like a good beach right now. Like that sounds amazing. Here in Seattle, we have beaches. They're not really beaches. And also just like the weather in Seattle hasn't been giving the way I want. Like I would love for it to be really hot outside and to just lay on like a proper tropical beach. So if I had to go anywhere, it would definitely be Thailand. I feel like the food would just be amazing. Like the vibes, the water is stunning. The geography also looks so beautiful. Yeah, so for sure, if I had to go anywhere, it would definitely be Thailand. The next question is, what is the bravest thing that you've ever done? I think the bravest thing that I've ever done, slight trigger warning for anyone, this is like self-harm context. There was this woman who climbed up on a bridge to jump off of the bridge. In the moment, I think everybody else's immediate reaction was kind of just to watch the whole thing happen. But my first instinct was simply just to like run behind her and climb up the bridge. Maybe not the smartest of ideas, but it was the only thing I could think of. Like I didn't even hesitate. So I climbed up the bridge and just kind of stood there like with her. And Mom, if you're watching, like, don't panic, please, I'm fine, I'm still here. I climbed up on the bridge with her and just like stood there with her and talked to her a bit, like, it's okay, like you don't need to do this, I'm like, let me help you. I will do the best that I can. And I just started spewing like random facts about myself. Like I saw on a TV show, like that's what you're supposed to do in those moments, just to try to bring the person back down to a state of sound mind. So I just sat there like, I'm okay. I'm a daughter of like 7 or 8, and I'm from Virginia, from a really small town, whatever. And I think it may have calmed her down a little bit. But the good thing is that there were first responders that were well aware of the situation, and they were like climbing up from the bottom of the bridge to come and reach her, and everything was fine. She was taken and hopefully given like the treatment that she received. And I hope wherever she is that she's doing a lot better now. But yeah, I'd say maybe that was the bravest thing I've ever done, because I also put myself directly in danger. Like I could have fallen, but I was like, yeah, whatever, like she needs help, like I can go there, it's fine. And like everyone else around me was like, this girl is absolutely insane. But usually whenever like the girlies are in need, I will do whatever I can to make sure they're okay. I'm not saying everyone should do this. I'm very much a girl's girl, and how someone would describe a Captain Save-A-Ho. The next question is, what is one thing that you would change about the world? The first thing that comes to mind is the world would be operating on a matriarchy rather than a patriarchy. That is my one wish for the world. I just know for a fact that if the world were governed by women, it would be a better place. I feel like I don't need to go too in detail about this. All I want to say is we live in a patriarchal society, and look at the world around us. The next question is, what is your go-to karaoke song? This is a really hard one because it really just depends on the vibe and who I'm with. Usually when I'm with a good friend of mine, Pretty V, who you guys met a couple videos ago, when I'm with V, we usually do Rock With You by Michael Jackson or like Smells Like Teen Spirit, which are two completely different vibes, but I really love them both. Bohemian Rhapsody is also a good one. Like, how could you not? Party in the USA is a good one I like to go with. But most of the time, if I'm going to pick a song, usually it's gonna be Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy or My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. So two kind of like rock or alternative songs. The next one is a classic question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? This one for me is a no-brainer. And anybody that doesn't agree with this answer, I'm just like, okay, so what would you pick? What is your favorite superpower? To fly. No brainer. Like, are you kidding me? I wouldn't have to pay $1,400 basically to take a flight to Nigeria to see family. That would be so nice. I could just strap like a suitcase onto me. Maybe it would weigh me down a little bit and drag, but it doesn't matter, okay? And I could fly there. There's a no-brainer. Either flying or teleportation, one of the two. One that would allow me to travel a lot more accessibly than I can now. I want to know, what is the superpower that y'all would have? Because I feel like flying and teleportation are the two most obvious answers for me. The next question is, what is the weirdest food you've ever eaten? I feel like some people might find these weird, but maybe not that weird, depending on where you're from. The weirdest food I've eaten, I suppose, is goat brain in Nigeria. This is like not very weird. My parents would make it when I was growing up, and it's just something you eat. When you are consuming animals, you use literally every single part of the animal. I've also eaten alligator tail. That's a kind of strange one, maybe. There was like Mardi Gras night at my undergrad university, and so we were trying different Cajun foods, and alligator tail was one of them, and it just tastes like chicken but slightly chewier. The next question is, what is one thing that people always misunderstand about you? This is another easy one. I'm very blunt, okay? I'm a very honest person, which has gotten me into quite a bit of trouble. I think I just say exactly what is right off the top of my head. Some people find it as like a good thing, but some people don't. I usually never mean any harm by what I say. I just say things bluntly. It's a bit unfortunate because I think some of my friends had a hard time being friends with me because I would just say things. But it always comes from a place of love. I never say anything to be mean. And sometimes like the truth hurts, okay? I don't like when things are said bluntly to me, but the way I was raised is don't sugarcoat anything. My parents always told me that. So I never do. And when people tell me things like bluntly or harshly, I never think anything of it. I'm like, oh, this person wants to see me succeed, right? So when they say the work that you've done right now isn't sufficient enough, like you need to put in more effort into this, some people might hear that and crumble and like, oh my God, my advisor. But I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. I took a couple days off like in the last couple weeks to goof off. So sure, I'm gonna kick it into high gear. When I say things, people are like, oh my God, that was way harsh, okay? But I don't mean it to make you feel bad. I understand why some people may not want to be friends with me anymore because of that. Last question that I have is, what is one thing that can instantly make your day better? This is a very simple answer to me. It's my friends and family. Anytime I'm feeling down, I always know that it'll take like one phone call from my sisters or any of like my really close friends that make my days better. And I'm on the phone with them literally 24/7. That's another thing about me. I am constantly on FaceTime because my sisters and I are so close. Like, they are my best friends. They all live on the East Coast, and every waking moment that, you know, we are not at work, right, or out doing something, we are on the phone. We're on the phone together over the weekends all the time. Like, even we fall asleep on the phone, we cook together on the phone, clean on the phone, watch movies, do everything. And that instantly makes my day better anytime I'm feeling sad. They just know how to cheer me up, even if it's just sitting together in silence and just knowing that their presence is there. Also, same thing for like my friends as well. Like, just being around the people that make me the most comfortable as well as the most confident is what brightens my day. And just like that, I am all done packing. So the last thing I have are my children. For those of you who don't know, I literally don't go anywhere without my plushies. My baby here, my original, this is Enzo. I know that he's the Black Panther and like T'Challa, but I feel like that name doesn't fit like the vibe that he gives. So this is Enzo. And I have a new addition, a new baby called Marie. She's so cute. So I'm a mother of 2 now, but I literally don't go anywhere. They're like my emotional support when I travel. So do I look ridiculous as a 25-year-old with plushies through the airport? Yes, but I'm a mom. What kind of mother would I be leaving my children at home? Okay, if I bring one, I have to bring the other. So I'm officially all packed and ready for my conference tomorrow. I'm super excited to go. As y'all know, I freaking love conferences. I love to dress up and look cute. I think this is like the first time I haven't done like extensive shopping before a conference, but you know, it's okay. We're just gonna wear what we already have in the closet and we're still gonna look cute in it. That is the end of the video. For all of the new subscribers that are here, hi, thank you so much for joining. Please feel free to give this video a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you have any more questions for me, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'm happy to answer the most random ones that I get. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned if you want to see what my conference experience is like. Again, thank you so much. Bye.